Okay, we are recording now. Yes, let's go.
Azure.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Whew.
Yep, here we go.
Here we go.
All right. Hello, everyone.
Welcome
Welcome.
to the Unsafety Car podcast. Version 2. Fun fact, we recorded a whole 35 minutes of content which didn't record at all
Yeah,
because we kind of fucked up. Um,
yeah, but hopefully this will. So let's get started. This race was shit. Can't
this
lie.
yeah, I mean that's the general feeling.
Consensus
If I
about this
had
whole
to
thing.
if I had to summarize the entire race in 4 words, it would be this.
Hmm.
But it wasn't as shit. You know what? It wasn't as shit as 23. That's the thing. Like,
I
it
mean,
is shit by 24 standards, which automatically makes it anything better than 23. I fucking hated that season so much.
the 2023 season's Singapore Grand Prix was actually pretty entertaining.
Because Max didn't win.
Yeah,
That's.
that's fair point. But yeah, this race had no safety cars, man.
Yeah,
That
on
was
a
very
track
unexpected.
with 100% probability of having a safety car. That is poetic.
That is so bad, dude. That is uncanny. But yeah, with Lance Stroll
Mm.
still in the race, Lance Stroll didn't retire and didn't cause a safety car. That was shocking. Didn't expect that. I miss you, Logan Sargent. Please come back.
Honestly.
We need the drama a
we
little bit.
need we need someone to fuck up the race so that there can be a little bit more
FIA
conflict.
doesn't allow the F word.
Ah,
FIA does not allow that anymore.
or you can't say you can't say fuck anymore.
Yeah, that Max press conference was quite entertaining. Saying, "Oh, no comment. Maybe, sure," giving one word stroll type answers.
He has been neutered because his
Yeah, he's going to do community service like he had to do after he pushed Ocon those years ago.
I'm imagining Verstappen just like picking up dead lizards and like plastic bags off the racetrack
Yeah,
as part of his community service.
yeah.
Like he has to get there on Thursday, and just like first thing in the
Mm.
morning, he's just like picking up shit.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. If FIS said you have to do it, I think you have to.
Yeah,
But yeah, anyway, Max had a decent race by, not by Max standards. He didn't win, but this is the best Red Bull can do, I think.
honestly, like
Just look at this. He qualified second, got to second. That was pretty good, I
yeah,
feel.
Norris qualified first, won first.
That was
Most
shocking. He did not mess up the start, guys.
I
That's shocking.
he's made history. It's his what
Yeah,
third win?
it's his third win, but the first time he has kept the lead
Hmm.
right from the start to the end.
That
And
is true. Yeah.
yeah, the McLaren has become a time machine this season. I remember on the eighth lap or the seventh lap, they said that the race engineer came to
Hmm.
Norris and said, you know what? Let's by the 17th or 18th lap, let's build a 5 second lead. By the 13th lap, he had a 8 second lead on Max.
Hmm.
That's pretty insane if you ask me.
Yeah. You know what's more insane is Norris managed to do something that Verstappen has been doing to everyone since 2023, which is
Yeah,
have a 20-second lead on Max Verstappen. That is impressive.
yeah. Each of the three podium placeholders had I think a 20 second lead each,
Yeah.
and
So
yeah, that was
for the difference between first and third is a minute,
yeah.
basically.
It's very unusual, but yeah, that's how this season has become. It's a fight between McLarens and Verstappen.
Yeah.
Can't really include in say McLaren and Red Bull because Sergio Perez is where Sergio Perez is this season.
Chinese F4.
This is Chinese F4. But yeah, why you just can't mess up qualifying that badly you cannot exit in Q2 in a Red Bull. That should
I
not be allowed.
swear. Speaking of fucking up quali, by the way, signs. Let's talk about.
Oh yeah, that
Let's talk about.
losing his rear, figuratively and literally in the car. Yeah, I
That was a
mean,
beautiful
he just
crash.
lost grip. He was building up, and then he and just lost it on that turn. And yeah, that kind of made quali a little more exciting because everybody in Q3 had just one lap,
Yeah.
except for I think Piastri and Verstappen, but Verstappen's time got deleted, so
Mhm.
ev- everybody just had one lap, and that's the best they could do.
Yeah.
Leclerc had his time got deleted because track limit violations, but that's more or less what qualifying was. Qualifying, apart from Perez getting knocked out and the Williams being pretty close to each other, which what, all credit to call up into. I think Williams have done a fairly good job by taking the harsh driver stance
Hmm.
of just kicking out Logan Sargent and getting call up into win. I think
Yeah.
it's a gamble that has paid off really well for them.
Hmm.
And yeah, apart from that, oh yeah, let's get to Aston Martin in
What
qualifying.
is there to talk about Aston Martin that Stroll has not already shown us about Aston Martin?
I
Because
mean, yeah, and just
I,
why is Adrian Newey going here?
I
Don't.
think the $30 million Lawrence Stroll just threw at his face might have a little bit to do about it. But like,
Yeah,
apart from that, I'm not
this
sure.
is this is very
I think
frustrating. Why is Lance Stroll going to be driving a car designed
that's
by Adrian? That should not be allowed. That is a war crime in motorsport terms.
yeah. Can you imagine the kind of shit that Stroll does right now in his Aston Martin, but
Yeah,
doing it in even faster Aston Martin
yeah.
next season instead of crashing into Ocon or any of
Like,
the.
as happy as I am for Alonso, Stroll, no, that should not happen to a car designed by Adrian Newey.
You know what the I think I have a theory, and I think this is Aston Martin's new strategy for the new season. They're gonna give Stroll a really fast car so he can qualify well and then just immediately crash into either of these three people so
So
that
that
Alonso
Alonso
can get
wins,
the win.
so that Alonso can win. Well,
I think their
I think
entire
Sergio
strategy.
Perez should do that this season. I mean, it'll help Verstappen win. I
Yeah.
mean, Ricardo did something quite similar. He took a point of Norris
Mm,
in the final lap of the race, which
yeah.
was pretty interesting. Should he played his part? Might be his last race, man.
Hmm.
End of an era.
I you saw the post race interview, right, for
Yeah,
Ricardo. He was like crying. He
he was
was.
basically crying.
I
It's
think,
like leaving your office for one last
yeah.
time. The
I
place you've
mean,
sat at for
even
years and years.
even though he said that he's not sure it might be his last. I
Yeah,
mean, the way he seemed so like emotionally like stricken by it.
yeah. He was drained. He's at this point, I think, given everything
Yeah, and
that
he's
is to
been here
give.
for a while. He's one of the like him, Ricardo, Ricardo, Alonso, and Hulkenberg are the
Have been here for
for a very long time.
yeah. There, Ricardo, Alonso, Hulkenberg, and Hamilton also actually.
Hamilton as well, yeah.
Yeah, they've been here fairly long, and just credit to the longevity of Alonso, Hamilton, and Nico. I think
Yeah,
I really hope Nico does well in Audi, man. I
I
mean,
swear.
he's going to stake next year,
Hmm.
but
And looking at
why?
the at the state of Steak Sauber
Yep.
at the moment. Oh, I'm sorry, Kick Sauber.
Oh yeah, kick Sauber. Just,
That's the AC.
just the AC.
Really,
We are
really noisy AC. We're in the middle of really hot weather.
yeah, exactly like Singapore is
Yeah,
actually.
but very similar. Exactly on point. That just goes to show how the Unsafety Car podcast is going to go lengths. to make it as immersive as possible.
Yeah.
We're going to emulate the temperature of the track that we talk about.
Yeah, we need you to feel exactly how we are feeling while recording this on a second attempt.
Or a second
Yeah,
attempt.
god damn, it was.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway,
Hmm.
let's move on to the more about the race. Piastri managed his tires really. He managed that medium tire for
Hmm.
39 laps.
That is, I think, the most impressive part of this whole race.
Yeah,
Straight
that
up,
was.
I don't think
And he didn't lose track positions significantly. Like,
there are
he was.
hard tires that people can't manage for that long.
Yeah, I mean, this guy is definitely future world champion
One
material.
hundred
There is
percent.
no doubt about that
Yeah.
for sure.
These Norris fans who were like hating on Piastri, remember when that
Yeah,
happened?
yeah.
For jeopardizing his championship.
Hmm.
Fuck that, dude. He's just a better driver. Straight up.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
That controversial
Give him
opinion,
like
I think
two.
Piastri is better than Norris.
Yeah, I
Straight up.
think give him 2 or 3 years. He's gonna be far and way ahead
Hmm.
of Norris. I mean that's a evolving problem for McLaren. Papaya rules, whatever the hell that is. Let's see.
Papaya rules. What does that mean? What does papaya rules?
I think Zach Brown did give an interview about it. You know what? That papaya rules is, be respectful and race hard. I think what they basically mean is just don't crash.
I think it sounds like such a corporate work. You're like, oh, be friends and
Yeah,
fucking suck each other
yeah.
off while you're okay.
Okay,
How is that? What
please
does
let me
that?
race.
Yeah, exactly. Just
Can I race? Yes or no? And then we'll think about the rest
yeah,
later.
exactly.
But yeah, I mean, the championship is still on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Norris took away 8 points off of Max's lead, but he's yeah, the championship is still on because Verstappen is in no mood to give up.
Oh.
He's clearly outperforming the Red Bull
Hmm.
by a fair bit,
Hmm.
and Norris has no scope for errors at all
Yeah.
because Verstappen will cling on to even one mistake that he does, and maximizes the advantage after that.
True.
And
100%.
yeah, we
Do
are
you
in
think?
for a banger of a season, guys.
Yeah. Do you think? Okay. Do you think there is a possibility that Norris could be world champion? Not constructors, so let that the constructors
Oh
is
yeah,
fucked anyways.
yeah.
But
McLaren is so far and away ahead in constructors. They have two drivers who are in their prime at the moment,
basically,
so you can't really do anything about that.
yeah. I mean, first and third.
Yeah, first and third. There's really no quibbling with that. I mean, they really when they announced a few days back about like we're going to prioritize Norris in the
Hmm.
championship over Piastri, and then in Baku Norris qualified 17th
Yeah.
and Piastri won that race. So
Yeah.
I mean, there even though the management would really love for Piastri to be like that gullible second driver, I don't think Piastri is in that mood.
Yeah. He
I
wants to
think
be taken seriously for
yeah,
sure.
I think they wanted a Sergio Perez,
Hmm.
but they got a Rosberg, I feel, and yeah,
Or a Bottas, honestly. Like
I mean,
Merc
yeah,
Bottas.
Bottas. Yeah,
Yeah.
Bottas is a much more apt example of a true number two.
Yeah.
Sergio Perez is, I don't think number two, number 13. Clearly,
He's at this point just like a marketing gimmick for the drink Red Bull to be
yeah,
sold
in
in like
Latin
Latin
America.
America.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I swear, man. Just why? Just don't. Just admit it that you know what. You were here for a bit. You sold a lot of energy cans. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Time to go.
Yeah. His.
And they could have got signs, man. I mean, even though Williams is doing quite well now,
Mhm.
I think signs to Red Bull would have been a great reunion of Max and Carlos from the Toro Rosso days.
Do you think Yoss will ever approve of something like that. Not that he has like complete control over any of these decisions, but
Yeah,
I feel like anyone who's looking after Verstappen's interests will never give him a competent second driver ever. That's the thing. Like
yeah,
he
fair
needs,
point.
yeah. I'm sure Verstappen would love to have because he is a very competitive
He is
driver.
very
He
competitive.
would love it. But
He will
I
not
think
give up.
everyone who is the upper management of Red Bull Racing will
Hmm.
hate that idea so much.
Yeah, just from a driver management point of view,
Hmm.
I think the audience would love it.
Yeah.
Formula One balance sheet would love it.
Hmm.
Drive to Survive Netflix would love it.
Oh,
They would make 2, 3 episodes out of just that.
yeah.
But I think Christian Horner won't.
Yo, Christian Horner will love it. He's too busy fucking texting his employees
Oh
about.
man. Okay, we
Like,
do not have the legal fees for that.
I. This is a joke.
We shall
Alleged.
take back that comment.
Everything that I just said is alleged and not proven in a court of law. Therefore, it is all not real. Innocent until proven guilty, guys. Please don't
Okay,
sue us.
okay. With that out of the way, yeah. What what more was this in this race? Because as we see, this race was shit. Why was there no safety car? Two cars retired. Why don't you retire on the racetrack? Why are you being responsible and taking it to the pit lane?
It's almost like they want to save their car, which costs multi-million dollars to maintain and build.
Yeah, then
So,
park the car on the side on the grass.
just, you know what? Just park it in the middle of the fucking road. Screw everything.
Oh yeah, yeah. Red flag the race. Proper.
Forget safety cars. Just stop the fucking race for. In the last 8 laps, just stop the race, restart it. 8 laps
I think.
only. Can you imagine how that would be?
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't think we really get to see too much different than what we have here.
Sure, I think Shaw would
I
have.
think everybody will go on softs.
Oh, 100%, of course.
Everybody will go on softs immediately, and yeah, I think we're going to see basically the same thing. I guess you could see, the Mercedes. I think Lewis crossed Charles because Charles was complaining about the tires. I mean,
Mhm.
Lewis also complains about the tires all the time.
He complains about the cars, the tires, the understeer, the oversteer, the
Yeah,
fucking.
George was complaining. He came in the race today. He said, "Oh, I have understeer and oversteer."
Oh, what does that mean? What do you?
It's called having a balanced car, George.
I swear, I am in no ways like a engineer, nor do I know much about car engineering.
Yeah,
But that just does not sound correct.
that does not sound correct, man.
Like
I
that,
swear.
like to the point where I don't think the race engineer even said anything. I don't think he replied to what he
Yeah, I
said. I
think
think he
he
just.
thought, you know what? Okay, sure, George. You do you.
I think at that point he was just suffering from heat strokes. He was just like babbling on about
Oh yeah,
whatever
I
the fuck.
mean this race has got to be the toughest in the entire grid. Like it's humid.
Yeah.
It's a narrow street race,
Hmm.
and this was the first race in Formula One ever to be done under the cover of night and
Yeah.
like under lights.
Hmm.
So this is definitely the toughest. And when the safety car usually comes in, the drivers get a little bit of a breathing space.
There was no breathing space
This
this
time
time.
there was no breathing space. I mean,
62 laps straight. Like
yeah,
that's.
62 laps straight. Yeah, and the teams also usually with their tire strategies they plan it out in a way that what there is going to be a safety car at some point in time, and I think that's what we saw with a few people. I think Lewis was thinking like maybe there'll be a safety car at some point,
Hmm.
but that's why he started off with the softs, and that didn't really pay off that as well as he would have hoped.
Hmm.
And yeah, I mean, I think all the teams do have a backup plan with
Hmm.
a soft tire. strategy
I'm sure.
whenever
Um,
they get that
okay,
safety car.
switch to plan fucking E or some shit like that.
Yeah,
Is
whatever number of plans these
whatever
people
that
have.
means.
Yeah, and it, in the race also, these people were desperately hoping for a safety car at some point. Like
Holy shit.
Lando and Max were basically waiting for the other person to pit first. Like Lando stayed out,
Hmm.
and their race engineers were also discussing that you know what, we can't pit before Max.
No, definitely not.
Yeah,
Like it's
though
a
I mean he eventually did have enough of a pace and enough of a gap to
right.
like pit and still make it back out in front
Hmm.
of Max. I mean he did win by like 28 seconds,
Yeah.
which is enormous. But yeah, that's just the McLaren being a time machine as usual. But
God damn.
oh yeah, that's mostly about the race. It was boring. If you ask me,
It
it gave
was
me 2023 vibes.
yeah, really. But
Yeah. But the season overall has set a pretty good tone over the past few
mhm.
races. There's been drama, there's been crashes, drivers getting swapped in the middle
Yeah,
of the
oh, drivers
season.
getting fired, drivers retiring, drivers being switched for rookies.
Oh yeah, I mean the
Never
rookies this season have impressed a lot.
for sure.
Let's be
I
honest.
mean, Behrman last time as well. Oliver Behrman, he
Yeah.
did really well even in 23 when
Oh
he was
yeah.
called in for when Carlos was
Yeah,
out.
Carlos this season, I believe it was Saudi Arabian Grand Prix
Yeah, yeah,
where
appendicitis.
he got an appendicitis.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's
appendicitis.
yeah, so that's where he did fairly well in the Ferrari. He finished above Lewis in that race.
Mm-hmm.
You know the driver who is going to
Going to
replace Sainz was outperformed by a rookie in his very first.
that's got to hurt,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I don't know what went through Lewis's head, but I mean, the Mercedes since that race has gone through a fair bit of
Mm-hmm.
evolution. They won quite a few races.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they won what Silverstone was won
Mm-hmm.
clearly by Lewis. Belgium they kind of had a 1-2, but threw it because George Russell decided he was going to be his own race strategy, and
Crikey,
yeah, basically that happened. Got disqualified. Yeah, I mean that's more or less it.
George fucking Russell.
Yeah, I really hope this continues, man. I hope this season goes till the very last race.
Yeah, I want this rivalry to just
Yeah,
because I honestly like I think all of us as F1 fans just need
uh,
something after 23
yeah,
because I remember watching every race and being like, what is happening?
yeah. I mean, saying Max Verstappen, well done,
Yeah.
20 different times is not easy.
Congratulations to Max Verstappen for narrowly beating Checo Perez.
Yeah,
Was the continuing joke because, I mean, Perez was barely
yeah.
managing to like
He
hang on.
last season he led the championship by 290
Uh
points.
huh.
Second place was Checo, and Checo was at 285 points.
Yeah.
Max last season had enough to lead the constructors championship all by himself,
Mm-hmm.
and now look how the mighty have fallen.
I
I
swear.
think it just shows this season how the regulations have
Mm-hmm.
switched up so quickly.
Yeah.
You can improve very quickly
Mm-hmm.
and fall off a cliff very quickly.
And I like that. I think these regulations where you can like in the middle of a season you can upgrade your car to a level where it's actually competitive.
Yeah,
That's it's pretty good. I mean, Williams is doing that as well.
yeah. Williams has turned the page. I mean, most of their upgrade was the driver getting changed. That was, I think, 90% of it. But yeah, I think they're reducing the weight. Their car was like 15 kgs overweight, which is
Mm-hmm.
huge.
Yeah.
And same goes for McLaren. Start of 2023, they were bad. They were really, really bad.
Yeah.
By the middle, they rescued it, and now
Mm-hmm.
they're a
Top
time
of the
machine.
food chain, dude.
Yeah, now they're a time machine. And as Aston Martin at the start of 2023 was again beating Mercedes hand over fist, was the second fastest car
Dude,
after the
I'm
Red Bull.
yawning. What time is it? Just so
I think it's
I
yeah, it's what 145, 150. Wow,
mm,
great job, guys.
Jesus Christ.
Formula One is a global sport.
It's a global
We
sport.
don't care about time
We
zones.
global citizens who stay up till 1:45 to provide entertainment to you guys.
Yeah, I hope you're entertained.
Ah,
Anyway, anyway,
God, I
yeah,
hope so. If this is not
yeah,
worth it, uh,
yeah. Anyway, I think let's call it a day for this episode.
yeah, sure. 26
Yep,
minutes, not bad
yeah.
for a first episode.
For the first
Hey,
episode,
like,
it's pretty
share,
good.
subscribe. So
Yeah,
race was fucking dog shit, but hey, I hope our episode wasn't.
yeah. Okay, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, share, subscribe, do your thing, and see you guys.